All right. So we're starting now. Let's go ahead and talk about this movie that you recommended to me. You kept telling me about Insidious.
Yeah.
All right. Timer now. So 30 minutes on the clock. This will be a
All right.
little lightning round type thing.
Yeah. So you're just gonna ask me all these questions, and whatever the first answer comes to mind, I say it, right? Is that what we're doing?
Pretty much.
I hope you have like 3,000 questions because it's gonna go fast.
Oh, go fast, like the fast, like gin.
Well, no, not like the John, but pretty close.
All right. So you told me to watch this movie because you said it was a good story. I actually agree with you. Um, Wait, did you watch my review? You did, right?
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah, I
Okay, yeah.
watched it.
So in the
Like just now.
review, it's like, yeah, I'm watching it right now.
I'm watching it right now. Hold on. Speak slower so I can finish this part.
Yeah. So, yeah, in my review, I said that I totally agree. I think this film definitely focused more on like having a good story um than just like, oh, let's just fucking scare people, you know?
Yeah. I mean there's definitely jump scares. There's definitely like that element of suspense and like oh my gosh, what's gonna happen next? And like what is the big bad wolf in the story, right? But um but we can talk about spoilers, right? Because people
Yeah.
it's not
Oh
like a
yeah.
okay.
Spoiler alert if anyone's, to
Okay.
our
Yeah.
0 viewers.
Zero perfect. Hey, oh, wait, what am I am I calling you guys geniuses? Genation?
Okay, so we
Dan?
got
Anyway, whatever.
Dan's G Nation? Geniuses? Perfect.
Yeah, genius is that's so good. Okay, sorry, I got distracted. But back to the movie. Yeah, I think the plot itself is really, really good. I don't remember. So because this was 2011, I remember when it first came out, like being like super high quality, effects were like awesome. But I think because time has passed, about 10
Mhm.
years or
Does it still
whatever,
hold up?
yeah, it's a little less exciting than I remember when I first saw it, to be quite frank. But I think the plot is still really, really good. I think there's like two or three times where you kind of go into thinking like, "Oh, I know what's gonna happen,"
Mhm.
but then there's not a plot twist, but like a different angle or perspective that you wouldn't really, you know, assume.
Hey, real quick here, let's give a shout out to our 2 viewers now. We've doubled. We have Kid with No Shoes and Juzzy. I mean, Bustin' Joutista.
Hashtag bust.
We got the Busters, we got the Geniuses, and the
the
No Shoes Gang.
the Shoesers.
uh,
Oh,
but anyways, yeah. So this was what, your fourth or fifth time watching it?
this is probably like my fourth, I
Fourth.
think. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but bust the nuts.
Oh no,
All right.
dude.
Anyways, all right. What was I saying? Shoot. What was I
I don't
saying?
know.
Anyways, okay. But yeah, for me, I don't really like scary movies. Even though I gave it a 6.8, I believe in my review,
Yeah.
I actually really liked it for a horror film. I think just I think just as far as, I think it's kind of like you said, because it was 2011 and I'm watching it now for the first time, what,
Yeah.
9 years later, it's like, oh, the effects, like, I haven't seen any scary movies that have come out recently,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure that like effects could be like way more intense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but still, I thought it was a great movie. If you were to rate this film out of 10, what would you rate it?
Like when I first saw it, it was definitely like 8.5 or 9.
Uh
Like
huh.
very, very good. Like something I would watch over and over again. Um, like just because of the plot twists and all that stuff. But now watching it, yeah, like maybe a 7.
A 7? Oh, okay.
Maybe a 7, maybe 7.5.
Okay,
I don't know.
that doesn't make me feel as bad now, giving it a
Yeah.
6 6 6.8.
Yeah, like I definitely see it. Like so after I saw your review, like the categories that you have it,
Mhm.
like the effects of it, yeah, it wasn't great. Like so like there's some parts where they actually show the demon itself. And
Yeah.
like he has the hooves and like the really long claws and sharpening him, like that was
Yeah.
so over the top. It like lost me for a second. That
Mhm.
it like kind of pushed me out of that story. Whereas if they didn't show that part and still kind of left it up to my imagination, then my brain would have thought of something like really hellish and nightmarish.
Mhm.
But because they like explicitly showed that, it was yeah, it kind of pushed me like oh, I am watching a movie kind of thought,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah, I like that. They actually I mean, I like when scary movies, kind of leave it up to your imagination, but at the same time, like I also like when they actually like kind of show you too.
Yeah. Well, I like that they show the face. Like that scene where Josh is talking to his mom, and
Oh,
then his
yeah.
mom, like you see him in the back, like
Yeah.
that was such a pivotal moment. I think that yeah, that put it over the top. That was great.
Yeah. One of the things that I always hear like Hereditary is one of the new
Oh, I can't wait.
scary movies that have come out, and we're gonna watch
Can't wait.
that. Like I'm down to watch that like this coming week. That'll probably be in the next review.
Yep.
Um, but I hear like that is one of like the what's it called? Not like a game changer, but it's like a turning point, a pivotal moment in
Yeah.
like horror films because it just changes the game for the genre. And I heard this one back in 2011 when this came out. Um, was kind of like the same thing. And I think that what makes it so like different is that I was reading a review and someone said it was called like a damn I can't remember the phrase they said, but it's pretty much the facts that there's no real jump scares. It's and
Mhm.
and we watched this like together, like we were on comms, and it's those scenes where like there's the a little boy just like walking, or
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
see something and there's no like loud like jump scare, but you're just like I was watching it and I'd be like, what was that? Was that
yeah,
something in the window? Was that a
yeah, yeah,
And then
yeah,
you were
yeah.
like, what are you talking about? I was like, oh, maybe I am. And I was like, maybe I'm just, seeing things because I know
Yeah.
it's a scary movie, and then I was like,
You're
"Oh no, wait,
expecting
there
things.
is,"
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And I think that was so good because it's like it doesn't scare you, but like you kind of scare yourself, because I was
right,
like,
right.
"Wait, did I just see did I just see something?" No, no, no.
Yeah.
I guess that was it. And I was like, "No, no, there it is. Was that again?" And then
Yeah,
yeah.
and there's traditional jump scares where like
Oh
like the
yeah.
suspense music is building up, and all I hear is Mike just saying, "Oh hell no!" like the entire time. But I think like the other parts where you like see you passing by, or like those flashing, or like that grandfather clock that keeps showing, and those
Mm,
kind of elements of it, I think really it tries to throw you off a little bit to like suck you into the story more rather than just like boom, Peter Pan scare.
yeah. But overall, I think, that it was so well done. Again, focusing on the story. In my review, um I say that like usually in normal, scary stories, they're just all about the scare. It's like, "Oh yeah, this house is haunted," and it's like boom, now you
Yeah.
have to like, exorcise the demon or whatever. This one it's like, "Oh, it's like the house is haunted. Let's move. Oh wait, no, it's not the house. It's your son." And then even
Mhm.
then, it's like, oh, it's not just oh your son is haunted. It's like it's because he has this like like kind of like special ability to
Yeah.
you know go out of your body, and then it's like oh, but that
Yeah.
ability was passed down from the dad, and it's like whoa, wait, this
Right, right, right.
story is like so
Right,
much
it builds.
more.
It builds. I was gonna actually ask you about that. What did you think about the whole like astral plane or astral projection thing into a different plane? Like, did that add to the scariness of it, or did it just feel like a good excuse to
I-
just like throw in like a ability or whatever?
it didn't like scare me. Again, I thought it was really good part of the story to give the story like depth and meaning and stuff. But I didn't find it scary. I just found it more interesting that they were like, oh yeah, this ability is like, because I've had dreams where I have like an out of body experience where
Right,
I
right.
see myself like sleeping, but
Yeah,
like, so kind of like if I were to have those dreams now um after watching this, I would be like, holy shoot, I'm having an out of body experience. Am I in like some like ethereal realm where
yeah,
spirits are here? Like I would
yeah.
probably poop my pants if I have like an out of body experience now because of this.
Yeah, yeah, and I think like so that to me like builds on why I think Insidious is one of the better horror films. Is like to me horror films like they're only scary if it could possibly happen to like like a normal person like
Mhm.
myself, like if it's like I don't know, like Supernatural, where it's Jensen Ackles and whoever. They're just like, oh, we're brother Winchester. We hunt ghosts all the time. Blah blah. Like no,
Yeah.
that's not me. Like
Uh-huh.
I don't hunt ghosts. Like if it's like a random event that could like an out of body experience. Like everyone's had some sort of dream like that in a sense, or like at least a feeling like that, and be able to pull on that thread and like explore the I guess the scary parts of it or like the nightmarish parts of it. I think that's kind of why it makes this movie actually scary.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, and I think that the astral plane stuff, getting it passed down from his dad to Dalton and all that stuff is I don't know. I think that built into the character development a bit better rather than
Mhm.
just like saying like, oh, Dalton likes to play baseball. He's an all American kid, or
Yeah.
like that, like a stupid like on the surface character development. And I think that kind of helped tie in together that this is actually a family unit that they have whatever they share laughs, they do fun things, but like they have this like dark thread through all of them that they didn't realize.
Mhm. Let's see here. What was I gonna say? As far as like character development, because
Mhm.
it's not one of the things that you think about in a horror film,
Right.
But when I was grading the film, I was thinking about character development, and I was like, I mean, there isn't much, as far as like usually in a lot of stories, it's like, oh, they learn a lesson and they're like a better person at the end. This one, there
Right.
isn't
Right.
much, but what I do like was the acting from the mom, Rose Byrne,
Yeah.
um, how she was just like you see her slowly just going more and more crazy with all
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
stuff, and then the husband's kind of like, he's like, yeah, I love you, but I think, like, come on, you're fine. Like, it's all
Yeah.
in your head. And how she's so scared and stressed out. I think she did a really good job there.
Yeah, I think so too. I think at first, like if I were to put myself in her shoes, right? Like if something I heard something over the baby monitor at first, like whatever interference, and you could like explain that away.
Mm-hmm.
But if it happens consistently and you keep seeing like shadows moving across your windows and whatever, like
Oh.
I think you would slowly descend into this not hysteria, but very very awareness of what's happening.
Mm-hmm. One of the things that did kind of take me out of the movie, how we were talking about supernatural and like, oh, these ghost
Yeah.
hunters and or demon hunters, whatever.
Yeah.
A little thing that kind of took me out was the fact that
The
they
two
had
guys.
those two
Two guys.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah, the two guys.
Like that really kind of took me out of it because
Yeah.
it's like, okay, I get it. It's like the mom, she's like, "Oh, I had a dream about like your son, my grandson." And then she calls the friend, I forgot the lady's name, but
I wrote it down. Hold on. Elise.
Elise, yeah. So the friend, and then she's like, oh yeah, she's the one that helped you, um, whatchamacallit. She's the one that helped you, the dad as a kid, like
Yeah,
get get past, all that supernatural stuff.
yeah.
Um, and then it's like, oh, but I'm gonna call these. I don't know. They kind of seemed like amateurish, kinda. But like they also like they helped her, and it seems like they worked with her before.
Yeah,
But I don't know. It was just weird. I feel like
I
all
think
this
so too.
stuff was
Yeah,
like yeah.
I think they tried to put them in as somewhat of a comic relief to like get a break for all that suspense building and like
Mm-hmm.
creepiness building, but I don't think that was needed. I think it actually took away from the movie. But two, I think like having those kind of like supernatural people or like paranormal whatever, I
Mm-hmm.
think it's more common in the East Coast. And I don't know, like at least from like all the stuff I've seen, like West
Mm-hmm.
Coast people like more, I don't know, not into that stuff. And I think just maybe because there's more like older, richer history on the East Coast that it's like
Yeah.
that. But there's more grouping, and I think that might be just like trying to relate to the audience a little bit better,
Mm-hmm.
um, and like trying to portray like this could be real life. But at least that's what I chalked it up in my head. But it definitely like took away from the story a little bit because they had like no credibility. They had nothing. I think just having Elise as the person there as a spokesperson of like the medium or person that's
Yeah.
connected to the other world would be fine.
Yeah. I mean, I understand that, like, there's that one time where she was like spazzing out, and the guy was like, "Oh, I'll write down
Yeah,
everything she." I mean, that was kind of good because whatever she's saying, he's like writing it very frantically, and
yeah,
his
yeah, yeah.
pencil breaks and everything. Um, but it's like, so I mean, it worked in some scenes, but there was that one scene where that one guy's videotaping, and then he's just like, all this shit is going on, things are flying around the room,
Just
the
straight up
dad's
just
getting thrown. He's just, it's like, all right, good angle, good angle. Um,
okay, yeah,
so I mean, I guess, yeah, if I think about it, like, okay, this is comic relief, but then at the
yeah,
same time, if that was supposed to be comic relief, that didn't do well because things were like going crazy, and I was
yeah,
supposed to be pooping my
yeah.
pants, and I was like, wait a second, I'm laughing while pooping my pants now.
That's just weird, bro. That's, no, nobody laughs when they're pooping. They're okay. Anyway, going back to the point. Yeah, I agree. I think it wasn't super great, but I think also like, and here's why I like keep going back. Like, this is a 2011 movie, right? So
Hmm.
like when she was spazzing out, when they kept doing that like flashing light, I
Oh
don't remember
yeah.
that part. I
Oh
was like,
really?
dude, this is
Dude,
so much. This is so over the top.
it's probably because you had a seizure in the
I know
theaters.
it was so over the top. Like it was like, okay, I get it. Like there's paranormal activity
Yeah.
going, but like, like I think now, like in 2020, 2019, like this era, like the special effects could have been much better
Oh
without
yeah.
having to
Without
put on a
just
strobe light.
yeah.
I think it would have been much better.
Hmm. Um. So we were talking about this a little bit before, like after we watched it. You said you liked it, and then you wanted to hear my reason, but you wanted
Yep.
me to make my review. Did you say already what your reason why you liked the film was?
Yeah, I think it's like it's mostly based on the plot, right? I mean, it leaves
Hmm.
um a good amount to the imagination where like yes, there's a demon, there's this other part and this like unknown or like to be more relatable, like the upside down basically from Stranger Things, right?
Yeah.
And then they rescue the boy, and that was the movie.
Hmm.
But because there's Insidious too, now we know there's Insidious too. But like when this first came out, like they left so much room open to
Hmm.
be more scared of. There's so much room to be scared of, right? I think that's one of the reasons. And two, having pulling in that astral projection part or astral plane part,
Hmm.
really like resonated with me, I guess, as an audience member, and it made it real than just like a paranormal activity series, right? Where
Hmm.
like this house just happens to be haunted because somebody left a picture or somebody died
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
house or something. Like that's so random. Like it probably wouldn't happen to 1 in 7 billion or whatnot. So I think those two part makes it scary enough where if you keep thinking about it, then it's like, yeah, this could totally happen to like anybody else.
Hmm. Um, at the end there, um, So, well, we've already said that there's spoilers, but so at the end when the what it's not like a nun or it's like it seems like a widow or something, like some grieving
Yeah.
because she has like the black veil.
They talk about it more in the second movie.
Okay, that's see, and again, I don't like scary movies, but because of that cliffhanger at the end, I really want to know, and because like we've been saying the whole time, like the story is so good and I guess
Yeah.
like developed. It's like I actually want to see the second one now because I want to see. It's like, wait, so did this widow like get the dad? Because I've seen the trailers for Insidious 2, and it's like, wait, he looks like he's like normal and like
Yeah.
so I really want to see that because it's like, yeah, we had the whole I think they call him the lipstick faced demon. I think that's the of this film, the red face guy, the Darth Maul guy.
Darth Maul.
Darth
Darth Maul.
Maul. But then it's like, oh wait, it's like, it's like, oh yeah, that's Ultron, but it's like, oh wait, there's Thanos in the back here
Yeah,
as
yeah,
the
yeah.
the widow. Um so I'm interested in checking that out. Um, but we'll wrap things up here. So do you have any like final thoughts on the film before we get to like any viewer questions?
No, I think it was good. The plot was as good as I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Well, obviously it didn't change, but I think watching like an older movie, it feels weird saying it's an older movie, but like 2011 and like the technology that's improved from the movie quality that I've seen in the 9-10 years, like
Mm-hmm.
it's jumped so far ahead. It almost felt I couldn't submerge myself as much as I did
As
when I
much.
first saw it,
Mm-hmm.
but it was still pretty good. I liked it. I think the second movie, it like excites me for that second movie. I think it's more of a like a like a builder upper.
Mm-hmm.
What? Yeah,
Bob the
like a
Builder
builder to the
Upper.
second. Yeah, Bob the Builder upper for the second movie. So I think I'm excited for the second movie, and I don't really remember too much of the second movie, so it should be good.
Dope. Yeah, we'll watch that too. Let's see here. So we have some questions. Uh, let's see. Someone said, Bustin Jautista says, Hereditary isn't scary. It's just creepy and disturbing. I mean, that's creepy and disturbing could be scary too.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean it's no Saw movie, but
yeah. So, oh, okay. So that kind of leads me here. Pena Boy says, question for Dan G: which is scarier, demonic type horror or real life horror, i.e., kidnapping, torture, crap, stuff like that?
For me specifically, like kidnapping and torture, like that's just more like gory, I guess. I mean, it depends how you like. I don't know. Yeah, I think things that could happen but are on the outskirts of happening is
Mm-hmm.
probably more scary than just being kidnapped off the street. Like, yeah, that could happen, but if I'm in a bad neighborhood, I'm probably looking around.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not just like do down the street. So
Uh huh. I think for me, it's like, oh, that because that's a really good question. Because stuff, kind of like we were saying, it's like stuff that's kind of believable and that could happen is
yeah,
like the most scary to me too. And even though it's like, oh yeah, supernatural, it's like
yeah,
kind of, it's like that's not as realistic as like getting kidnapped or home invasion type thing. But it's
yeah,
like, we don't know everything about, supernatural experiences and ghosts and demons. So
right,
it's like
right,
there is that possibility that this could be true. And for me, I think that's more scarier than a home invasion, like someone breaking my home and I feel like for me, if it's like if someone breaks in my home like trying to kill me, like it is what it is. You know what I mean?
it is what it is. I must have done something. You know what?
you know?
Screw it.
Whereas, I can like lock my doors,
Yeah,
have a weapon under my bed or something, where it's like if a supernatural occurrence happened to me, it's like,
oh hell
well,
no.
yeah, exactly. It's like how would I do? Would I shoot the ghost in the face? Like, would it just go?
Yeah, Darth Maul, dude.
Yeah, he's gonna come out at his with his lightsaber at me, like,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, and like, and I think like Something Justin said actually is like I judge scariness based on how I feel at home after the movie, not while watching it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like kind of on the same part too. Like if I'm like more skeptical and I'm more thinking about it, like oh
Mm-hmm.
shit, what if there is a demon in the corner of my dark ceiling that I just
Yeah.
can't quite make out? And
Mm-hmm.
so like I think that is that lingering fear or that lingering thought is probably more scary.
Yeah, I pretty much agree. Um, because there's a couple times, when I was a wee lad, in my teen years. May have been like ages for you, but anyways,
Oh my goodness.
I remember there's one time where I was home alone. My parents were out of town, I think. I don't know where my brother and sister. Oh, I think they were sleeping over at my grandma's house or something. But we had a timer, a lamp attached to a timer, so it turns on the light
Yeah,
every night at like 7 o'clock or something.
yeah,
And I had like all the lights off in my house or something. And then this is before all these like smart technologies where it's like, oh, you can set these timers. It's literally like a box you plug into the wall, and then you plug the cord of the lamp into the
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and it
yeah.
has like a
Old
timer
school.
thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't know my parents set that, and it turned on, and I was like, oh my god, what was that? Like is something paranormal happening? And then every little sound that I heard after, like I was
Yeah,
pooping the pants. But yeah, so I agree. Like definitely, you know, yeah, it's part of it is how scared are you while watching, but if a movie is really scary, I will want to sleep with the lights on. I will really not want to go to sleep because like I'm scared of
yeah,
having nightmares or something.
yeah. Grab
That's
an
how I
extra
know
pair of pants. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I
yeah,
get
yeah.
that.
Might as well just sleep on the toilet.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I get it. I get it.
Bus and Bautista also wrote, what's the scariest movie you've seen?
Oh, that's a tough question. I think, I think like as I became an adult, like the scary movies didn't get scary enough where like I don't know, like I can't, like I gotta grab an extra pair of pants or anything. But
Uh-huh.
I remember watching The Sixth Sense when I was younger,
Mhm.
and to this day I will not watch that movie. I don't think it's
Really?
that scary, but it
Okay.
just like creeped me out. I think
Okay.
that like I just won't touch that movie again.
See, because for me, I didn't watch it for the longest time because I was like, "Oh my god, like dead people, ghosts." Like I thought that was like scary, when I was growing up, and then like I watched it, maybe like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years later.
Jeez.
What
Sometime in the last
one of
decade.
those, sometime in the last decade, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Wait, this isn't." It's for me. I found it more of kind of like a thriller, like a psychological thriller type thing. And
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
I, I don't know what it was. I remember somebody was watching it in college, and I went over to their house. I was like, okay, I'll be back. Like, let me know when you guys are done, kind of thing. Because like I was like, I'm not watching that.
I'm trying to think there, because I mean, again, I haven't seen too many scary
With the volume on.
movies. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the things I always turn my volume really low. I've learned that, and that's one of the reasons why don't like. I don't think I would watch a scary movie in theaters is because I cannot control the volume, and I will no. But maybe I should give it a try one of these days going to the theaters.
Yeah, I think you'll be fine. I think it's like as you watch more and more of it, you don't get desensitized, but you kind of know what to expect.
Hmm.
So I think it gets better. So you focus more on the story.
I think one of the ones, and I don't think I watched the movie in its whole, but when I was, I think maybe like in middle school, I was still going to a babysitter, and a lot of the kids there were like scary movies, and they were like, "Oh, let's watch." I think it was The Grudge, and
Oh,
I was like, "All right, I'm out. I'm gonna go just sit in the living room here or something."
that is a
But
good one.
there are some scenes that I saw where I can't remember who was in it, but someone was taking a shower or something, and there was like a hand, and I
Yeah, it came out
remember.
of the back of the head. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I remember when I was younger, I would have when I took a shower. So if the shower head is on the wall, I would have to face. I mean, well, I normally I don't know if I'm pretty sure most people do this when they take a shower, like shampoo their hair.
Yeah.
They're facing the shower head, but I remember I would have to face the other way and keep my
You
eyes
trolling,
open.
dude.
I
You
would have to keep
trolling.
my eyes open and then wash my hair because I was afraid that like even if I close my eyes while looking, the other way, the where there's extra room where someone could appear, and if I open my eyes, boom, someone's there. So I would always
You're
have to turn
trolling, dude.
around, lather up my hair, rinse out my hair, and keep my eyes open the whole time.
I don't care if soap goes in my eyes. I'm trying to get murdered in my own shower.
Yeah, and I'd be like, my eye. Let's see here. What does
That's
Justin
funny.
say? Some of the scary movies are the ones where the scary shit happens in plain sight or broad daylight. Paranormal
Yeah.
Activity. I didn't see Paranormal Activity. Um I heard it did well at the box office because
Mm.
it was like a low budget kind of thing, and I guess people just loved it. Did you watch Paranormal Activity?
Yeah, I watch all of them. I think the first one, it's like, so how they got around like being relatable to the audience there is
Hmm.
j- the film shots and like what you're seeing through the lens is like actually what you're seeing through the lens. So it's like the camera's shaky and it's like low
Mm-hmm.
quality. It has like whatever. I'm sure they actually, you know, use
Yeah.
good cameras and things like that. But the way they made it seem like is like you're just recording on your phone or whatever. So I think that part created the baseline of like this could be real,
Mm-hmm.
and then all the other stuff that happened with it. I didn't like the fact, in the at least the first two or three, I think they didn't really show anything. It was just like walls
Yeah, from
shaking
what I
or
heard, it
like
like the
doors
baby was
closing
like
or
standing
yeah,
on the crib or something, I think.
yeah. And I was like, that's fine, but to me, like, I don't know, that's not enough. I don't think for me to
Hmm.
be like terrified.
Yeah, I heard it did well. I heard there's a lot of jump scares in that one. Is that
Yeah,
true? Okay.
yeah.
And I think that's why I strayed away from it because I think it did well because a lot of people was like, I want to be scared. I want to like see these jump scares. It's those people that go to Halloween Horror Nights and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Universal Scary, Not Scary Farm and all that stuff.
Universal scary.
Universal Scary,
Yeah,
which I have never gone to because, yeah, I hate those. Um,
because you need like 5 pairs of pants, and
yeah,
how
I
are you
need
gonna
5
pack
pairs of
that?
pants. I need if they were gonna, come out and scare me, I would be like, "Can you do it at a lower volume so I'm not
Can I
as
mute you real
scared?" Yeah,
quick?
can I mute you? Um, but anyways, yeah, I think that's all the people we have here. We hit just over our 30 minutes. So thanks for coming on, D Geel.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is fun. I think Insidious 2 is gonna be fun to watch. I think Hereditary is gonna be fun to watch. I think
You know what? Yeah, you
oh,
got me.
Bly Manor. I gotta watch that. The Haunting of Hill
Hill
House was
House.
really, really good. So
I
I gotta
I
watch Bly Manor.
I think I'm actually gonna check it out just because you
It's
recommended
so
this,
good.
and I actually liked Insidious, so I think I'm gonna check that out. We can do a little review on that too. But yeah, for all of October, I'm gonna be doing scary movie reviews. And unless I watch like Saw or something, you might be the scary review expert on these live shows here.
Let's throw this out there. I like other movies too. It's not just I'm not just this
Oh, you're
weird
not
creep
not
that
just
just
you're
only
just like,
watch
yes,
scary movies.
I want to see scary.
Oh no, dude. Oh my
Shout out
gosh.
to Gmiz ID lol ID Geel. Shout out to where is it? Obamania 92. Kid with no shoes. Guess he left earlier in the film. I guess he got too scared. No questions for us. But yeah, thanks for coming on.
Cool.
We'll hit you guys. Oh, check out See, that's another one. The Midsummer.
Oh yeah, we talked about
Yeah.
this.
Apparently, the director is the same director of Hereditary.
Oh really? Okay.
So,
How come Justin's seen all this?
wait,
Maybe he's your horror
yeah,
guy.
maybe he's the horror guy. Does he watch it? Just, I mean, I know he's watched the Saw films, so
I mean I haven't seen all of those, so
I guess I got to give Saw, the Saw. I guess I gotta give the Saw.
I gotta give it the Saw, dude.
All right, guys. Someone's in the room. Oh my god. All right, we're at this here. All right, thank you guys for watching. We topped the charts today. We beat last week's live show. We hit. I think we have 7 right now. I think we topped at 8 today.
Oh,
8 or
I see
9.
10 right now. Oh, I think
Oh, you got
that's
your other computers on?
yeah. Don't we unlock some sort of reward for that for 10 viewers?
No,
I don't know.
well, we're at the end of the stream, so maybe next time. Real quick. I was talking to Tess on Instagram. We finally follow for follow. She said, Is Dan gonna tell my story? What is this story?"
Oh yeah, that's the story of Insidious. So this is my second time watching Insidious, or third time I think.
Mhm.
Back in college, we just started dating, and we went over to my friend's house, and they wanted to watch Insidious because Insidious 2 was coming out in theaters,
Mhm.
or was it 3? Anyway, um, something was coming out. They wanted to watch the first one, so we all sat down on the living room floor, like made this like pillow fort of sorts. It's really just a
Okay.
bunch of pillows on the floor, to be honest. And we're watching it, and I'm kind of paying attention, I'm kind of not paying attention, and Tess is terrified of this stuff, so
Mhm.
she covered her eyes the entire time, like literally
Like
the entire time. She like saw the family and saw that there was a baby, and she's like, nope. So
Really?
yeah, so like eyes closed the entire time, but she listened to it.
Uh-huh.
And I think she opened her eyes a couple times, and
Uh-huh.
for the next 3 nights she had nightmares. um
Really?
and she would wake me up and she'd go, Dan, I'm having nightmares. Wake me up. And I would wake my she goes, "Hey, I need to go pee. Can you come with me?" I was like, "I'm not coming with you." So like I would sit out in the hallway. Like it was yeah. So never again will I ever see scary movies with Tess.
Wow.
That's
So
the end of
she literally didn't see that much. It was just
yeah.
like listening to it?
Yeah, just listen to it. Like listening to like
Wow.
like the build up music,
Uh-huh.
the parts, and whatever. And yeah,
See,
3 nights.
and I kind of agree that that's why I listen at a low volume because I
You troll.
I'm okay. I mean, yeah, if I do have nightmares, it's like, yeah, I see the red-faced man in my sleep, but like just the anxiety and the buildup of everything. I remember when I was a kid, my mom would watch X-Files. I thought that shit was so scary. I wouldn't watch it, but like I think I was for whatever reason I was sleeping in the living room and I wasn't watching it, but I could hear everything, and that kind of actually almost made it worse because
You're just like
I'm just
imagining everything.
imagining what's
Yeah, yeah.
happening. Yeah, so yeah, that's one of those crazy ass things. But anyways, all right, we're just about to hit 40 minutes, so we're gonna be done here. Wrap it up. Uh, thanks again for coming on. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see y'all next time.